Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome. So I'm going to get started here in just a moment. You can go ahead and start hopping into the comments if you guys know already that you're going to want a reading tonight. So what you are here for, if you're new to me, is some business readings. We can do general business readings. We can do something specific. If you do have something specific that you're wanting to talk through, let me know. I feel like we can get better information if you're able to pinpoint a little bit more specifically about what you would want the reading for. Hi, Justine. Hi, Solange. Solange, I don't know why it's not letting her into the studio. But Solange is helping there in the comments. There's been some funky things lately with the lives. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing it, but last week it was acting up. This week, thank goodness it's working, but Solange is like not in. It's very, very interesting these last few weeks. But anyway, I'm Ashley Bradley. I'm an intuitive business coach, and I specifically work with spiritual entrepreneurs and coaches who are building businesses, specifically ones that are stepping into the game recently and are working to get their business to 5K monthly. So when we do business readings, I like to tell people that might mean career, that might mean a current business, a business that you're moving towards, or things come in that are typically related to purpose and money. So if you're watching this through a shared place, which share, by the way, if you know any groups that might benefit from this or any people that might benefit, just send it their way, invite them to come hang out with us for the next hour-ish. So yeah, like sometimes people will be like, hey, like I want this reading about love or relationship, and I just don't feel like I'm your best person to give you a love reading, but business is totally welcome. So what we'll be really tuning into as we dive into these readings, which by the way, if you're showing up, drop it into the comments if you know that you're going to want a reading. And we're going to start, I'm going to start with Justine first. We're going to pull a card. Sometimes I might pull two cards for you. You really never know what's going to happen. But I usually tune into your energy first, and then we'll tune into any intention that you have. So just like Justine is doing, if you're watching on Facebook tonight, you'll be able to see that there's a place to comment. If you are watching a shared post, by the way, I'm glad I mentioned this. You do have to double click the video because sometimes if you're commenting over there, I just might not see you. So make sure that you are commenting in the right place. If I'm not acknowledging you, you're either watching this on replay or you're commenting on a shared post. So yeah, you can ask your question. We'll tune into that. And I'll see what's there with the card. I'm just gonna pull things through. You'll notice that I talk a little bit faster because it's better for you. It's better for me as well if I'm not processing the information and I'm just delivering it as it comes to you. So you'll notice that I talk faster during the reading so I don't second guess anything and I just pull it through as it comes. And in between the readings, we're going to be talking about empaths and some empath toolkits and things that I feel like are really relevant, especially right now with all of the changes. So I want to get started with Justine. I'm going to pull your comment over. Okay. Direction on next steps for business. Insight about the job that you currently have. Okay, cool. Got it. So I might pick two cards for you, Justine, because I feel like this is like a two-card kind of thing. I'm going to tune into you first, okay? I'm wondering, there's a few things coming in. I think first I'm wondering if the job that you have now, if you've been having the intuition to clear it away, like if you've been having this intuition that, because I'm seeing it like this sort of being swept away. I do feel like many of us, and you included, are entering into like this quantum space right now. So I'm like kind of feeling as well for you that there's something that's sort of out to like reset the stage, like to really kind of clear out all those other energies so other ones can come in. I feel like that's a really big message that I've been getting. So I just am really curious if there's that feeling of sweeping it away. Like what I'm feeling in the throat, like just when I tune into your energy, is that it's almost like a sense of like not getting to be your full self, like feeling almost like kind of an editing or a choosing of words. I'm kind of getting that sense with this job, that there's something about the voice or speaking up or kind of that sense of like holding back certain things. So I don't know if that's maybe why you're wanting to sort of move it aside and clear some space. But I'd love to hear in the comments if that is making sense, if that is making sense. This strength card comes in. It's talking about great inner strength, releasing harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. I like this Sweat Lodge card as well. So what I'm seeing for you, Justine, is like for this next place in your business, my sense is that something is going away so that it can get to its next level. That in order for you to level up, that there's these other identities that you're losing so that you can really sort of be in this like juicy space where anything is actually possible, where there's like anything that actually can be created. I'm wondering if you've been feeling some of that as well. It feels scary, like it feels scary and exciting at the same time. Like what I want to equate it to for you, Justine, is almost like that sense of like kind of falling in love, but feeling like so vulnerable because it feels like you just are putting so much of yourself out there into something that you're so excited about, and that it feels like so scary at the same time, because it does feel like it's this different, more raw, more vulnerable place. It feels like kind of like this sense of more exposed in the best way. My heart gets really excited as I talk about it, so I'm kind of curious what is going on for you, and if it's making sense for you. So what I'm really wanting to hone in on is I feel like there's just a lot of, I know what you do, but at the same time, I feel like the cards are really speaking that this is not like a transition that's going to come from the place of logic, that it's going to come from like this very deep spiritual place. Like, I don't know if you like to meditate to music, but I almost see you sort of like laying back and going on this like long inner journey, maybe with some kind of like, I don't know, I like the shamanic drumming, but whatever music sort of like takes you really deep, maybe some binaural beats. But I just see you like going for like a few hours and sort of just being on this like deep journey, and that things are showing up, that your animals are talking to you, and that they sort of just like give you a bunch of things in terms of what's next. But it's very much this place of surrender, of ease, of flow. And I feel like the next part of the journey, like you're going on a ride with them. This is not one of sort of like typical logic and strategy and like having a normal like business plan. You know, it's very different. Yeah, I just feel like there's something about paying attention to color right now as well. I don't know if you get a lot of information through color or if they're working with you through color, but I feel like there's some kind of thing in terms of colors that are happening. I almost feel like it's like a part of your, I'm just feeling a lot of like purples and golds, and I don't know if you're like using color to do any manifesting, but I feel like there's something with color that they're talking about as well. Let me see what you were saying. So you're saying you just started this job. I feel like my face is like hiding like this. So you just started this job. You're feeling kind of challenged by it. You do feel like you have to move way out of your comfort zone to do it. So not necessarily being yourself, but not necessarily a terrible thing. Not sure. Yeah, I feel like I think you're hearing the call as well. I feel like there is something different related to business, and it might create more space, but I feel like I know it's scary to go there. But let me know what else makes sense, because I feel like I went a lot of different places and I always end up going kind of long on these. But yeah, I want to hear what you're thinking. Thanks, Justine. So Solange, looks like Robin is now. Hi, Robin. Okay, let's see. So Robin would like a reading to decide what next steps are in between building your business. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hide this one because like it seems like it's sort of like way up here. Let's go here. Yeah, I usually invite you guys in, like for some of you to like hop in and like come and be on screen with me, but for some reason it's like it's being a little finicky today, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so Robin. Okay. Robin, I feel like I just get this gift with this sense with you of your gifts opening up more. I don't know if you've been feeling that, but I feel like particularly in these last few weeks, I'm like seeing, it almost looks like they're sort of just like pouring this information energetically into you and these ideas. And it feels like really exciting. Like I feel like almost like a kid on Christmas. Like I don't, I know that's so funny, but I feel like there's something that's really opening up quite a bit. And if you haven't noticed it already, be ready for it, because it does feel really fun, but it feels like oh, I could do that. That's interesting. Or, oh, this just came during meditation. That's awesome. This 3 of Fire card is coming in for you. It's talking about abundance. It says things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. So, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that in terms of cards. Whenever the dragons come in on the card, it's always representing this this protection, like that you have this sort of spiritual support, this spiritual protection. So the Wild Grace Collective is the one that you're mentioning. I just love that name, by the way. It's so good. And so that's what we intentioned when we pulled this card. So that looks good. But I feel there's a lot of child energy on this card. And it was interesting because I was sort of equating you to a kid on Christmas. And I feel like with you, like when you do create, when you build, like doing it like almost with that energy or that that excitement and fun of a kid, like building a fort, of a kid just like sort of in play. And it's almost sort of just doing it without doing it. It's not like they build that fort to like win some special contest, or doesn't come from this place of ego of like, I'm going to be like the best fort builder and I'm going to reach this next goal of my next, like, you know, fort building stuff. I'm just making this up. But yeah, like it does feel like when you are really pure and in that place, like that is like you at your strongest, best creator. That's where you manifest best. So I'd love to hear how this is landing. Like I know that sometimes when I am on the other side and getting readings, that sometimes I'm just like soaking it all in and listening. But like I really like to have you be like, that doesn't make sense, or yeah, that lands. Like that really helps. But yeah, just I feel like right now, like as well, just in terms of where to focus your energy, and tell me if this lines up. Like what I'm seeing you being pointed towards right now, Robin, is sort of like looking bigger picture. Like it doesn't feel like it's about like these fine-tuned details. So you might notice that you feel a little resistance. Like the energy feels like it's really guiding you towards like big picture. What's the energy of this? What's the feeling of this? What's What's the being of this? What's the purpose of this? And it feels like that you don't necessarily need to like get caught up in all of the fine kind of little details and logistics right now. And you might actually feel that you start to kind of hit a snag, or that it doesn't come quickly, and sort of feel like you're in flow with it still. And so that's what the energy is supporting with it. But I mean, just to reiterate, if you were asking for a sign about this, abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. There's your sign. I mean, that's a good card. That's a really good card. So you're shaking your head. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I've been feeling very energized by all that's happening. Okay. Yeah, tell me more about it. That's the only thing that's harder. Like when I can't have someone like pop up and be like next to me on video over here, and I am like exchanging with them, there's something about it where I can like see them, or I could see the nods. So I always love like hearing feedback, what's landing, what's not. I know that a lot of times as well that like it might click in, you know, that there might be something that didn't land, and it's totally possible that I could be like completely wrong. And it's also possible that it's going to land at a later time, and we're just sort of like planting the seeds. And then when it happens, you're just going to be like, oh, yeah, that's that thing right now that's going on. So thank you, Robin. Thank you. So, Justine was asking how I got the comments on the stream. I'm using StreamYard now, and StreamYard is something new that I started using like a week ago, or maybe less than that. And I just decided to switch from Be Live because I feel like Be Live and I just were having a complicated relationship, if I'm being quite honest. And I would always go back and forth. Like, I swear I've probably canceled my paid Be Live account like 3 times. I'm not even kidding. And I saw that some people were using StreamYard, and I decided to use it because it can stream to multiple places at once. And so if you do live stream, I think everything has its pros and cons. I like that I can like post ahead of time, and it could be shared ahead of time. I like that I can like pull the comments up like that, and like that. Monica Tucker's going next. I like that a lot, and that I can kind of like see the comments as well. And like that I could change the color, that I could like have like purple titles. That's really fun. So yeah, StreamYard is pretty cool. Okay, Monica. Before actually I go to you, Monica, I wanted to tell you guys a few things about being an empath. Yeah. So, oh, just kidding. That's from my other show. We're going to call this Empath 101. So I can also write to you guys. It's going to shake the screen a little bit. You go like that, and just like pull a little title up there. So if people are just scrolling, they're going to be like, oh, what is that? What's that about? Is that, I think it's a sign. Someone just told me about empaths, and I'm seeing empaths on Facebook. Yeah. So, yes, the freak flag fly, by the way, if you guys are not in the loop yet, my best friend James and I started our Facebook live show / podcast, Spiritual Rebels and Misfits Roundtable. And so we are talking to Fridays. It's Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific, where you can watch the replay, but we are live, and we actually bring in different guests all the time. We talked about letting your freak flag fly on Friday, so you can go to my page and you can watch it. And we had really good guests, like 2 different coaches that are amazing. We also had Jules from Long Beach, who's a really like famous drag queen that actually was the first drag queen to be given the city key in Long Beach, the key to the city. But yeah, really, really good conversations. So if you guys are new to what an empath is, I want to just share, and I feel like it's very, it's something that for people, like, I think that it'll land. You might not know empath. You might know what empathy is, but we're going to go to you next, Monica, but I just want to kind of tell you. So if you look at just the definition of empathy, and I usually sort of like throw this together, but I was serious this time, you guys. I'm just like, this is an important topic. I'm going to make sure to give you all the things that you need to add to your toolkit. But I even pulled up, I even did research for this, the definition of empathy. So it's talking about the ability to understand and feel the feelings of another. So if you just separate that off with empath, it's something that's definitely largely used in the spiritual community, but it essentially means that you are like this energy sponge, this emotion sponge, so that things that are going around you, people's moods, even something that you're watching on the news, which, let's be honest, a lot of people are doing these days, that you basically can, it can like ruin your whole day. Like, I don't watch the news anymore because I feel like I take on these emotions and the sadness that it feels like it really pulls me down, and I'm trying to be up here, not down here, right? And so if you find, I'll kind of give you guys a little quiz after I do Monica's reading, but if you're finding that you can be pulled down by other people really easily, or even if you sort of like can feel really deeply when you're with someone, that you can feel something really deeply when they're experiencing it, you're going to want to know about this, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. It's a very powerful gift, but it can be very draining. It can like lead to burnout if you don't know how to utilize it. So we will get there, but let me go back to some comments. So I know that Monica's next. And wondering, Monica, did you put what you want a reading on? Career path. Here we go, you guys. Okay. Do you know that my little sister told me that I should do ASMR? AMSR? I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but have you guys seen the meditation where they like whisper, where they're like, okay, close your eyes, and then they do stuff like this. They're just like, close your eyes. Good, I'm gonna pet your hair while you fall asleep. So creepy. I feel like a creepy person doing that. What if I went viral because of that clip, though, you guys? Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's a thing. Okay, so career path. Let me get you a different deck as well. Okay. By the way, if you guys are not able to stay for the entire thing, but you guys want my empath tip sheet, I have it in a Google Doc that I can send you later, and you can have my empath cliff notes. So just drop empath in the comments, and we'll get you going on that. So Monica, sorry. Let me get my head straight, because I feel like I'm like seeing other comments, and I want to make sure I'm connecting with you, Monica, okay? Okay. Okay. So I pulled two cards for you. There's this school card, and I'll tell you my feelings for these for you, and this Bravo card as well. I feel like it's twofold. I feel like I do see you getting more training, but I also see you starting to train other people in something, and that you are going to be moving more in the path towards like being this teacher as well. And this card, I feel like there's this sort of answering the call that's getting louder. And I also feel like for you, it is kind of this energy of shaking things up a little bit. Like if you think about a snow globe, how like the energy, or like the snow, it can like land and it can feel very serene. I feel like things are in the place where they are going to be shaken up a little bit, but it feels like it's intentional. It feels like it's from your choosing, and it might not be from this choosing. I just want you to know that there's times where like your soul, your heart will sort of call something forth, and that your mind and logic is like, oh, I'm not ready for this. Like, oh, this is too much. But it's really exciting. And when I talk about answering the call, I get like these confirmation chills as well, that there's something a lot bigger that you're meant to be doing. That is why you came here. And I'm getting a ton of chills. I'm really curious what's happening, because I'm getting a lot of confirmation right now. So for you, Monica, like I feel like you're going to be led like in this path of training a lot more. I do feel like I'm seeing you being virtual, and I feel like it's a few different things. Like I know that for you in past readings, I've always seen you deliver a course. So I do feel like it's interesting with this school card that's coming up as well. And just for fun, I actually like pulled this card as well, and I'm pulling this family card for you. Okay, so I don't know if it's been in the manifestations, but I feel like, and I just told you guys earlier, I'm just like, no love readings. I don't want to do the love readings, business, career, purpose. But then this card comes. And I feel like for you, it's something that's more flexible. Like it's something that is like your full-time business, but it's like, it's flexible, like, and it's making this space for you to be starting a family as well. Does that make sense? Is this something you've been calling in? Because I do very much see you being out on your own. It's something related to like this healer, light worker, which I'm feeling that other training is a part of it. And that the other thing that I'm seeing is, that it's like you've sort of set this up in such a way that you don't have to be working all the time, that you can do it on your schedule so that it just sort of works with your family dynamic. That makes sense. She gave me a lot of S's. There's a lot of S's. So we're just, yes, thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. Oh, followed up by yes. That's how I'm narrating you in my mind, Monica. Okay. Anyway, you're cracking me up right now. So Solange, who is next? I'm going to, thanks, Monica. I am excited that you jumped on, because that was really good. So Solange is going to tell me who is next. Some jumped out. A little water escapage. Okay. So we're going to play kind of a little game, a little quiz. Okay. So I have my little quiz here. So this is a quiz around being an empath. So you guys can drop in your score after this. So we're going to put up 10 fingers. This is how you know I've been on TikTok a lot, because I feel like everyone's doing this. And I'm just sort of being a copier with my little empath game. Mine, I feel like, would not fit into a 60-second TikTok though, but I could try. Okay, so these are things that you're going to put a finger down if you've experienced them. And so we're going to say if you're getting at least half of these, like 5 or above, you are in like deep empath mode for sure. Above 5, if we're pushing on 8, it's sort of like, yep. Like you might actually be even in sort of like the clear sentience category, which we'll talk about later, because that's more in the category of like psychic intuitive gifts. So 10 fingers, right? And I want you guys to drop your score of how many you got. Okay. So put a finger down if you've stopped watching the news because you feel like you have to avoid like all the sadness, because it just like pulls you down for the entire day. Okay. Put a finger down if you feel like you are just really like deeply impacted, like more than most people, if someone around you is like sad or having a bad day. Yeah. Put a finger down if you go to like a busy place, like a mall or like an amusement park, like a Disneyland, and it feels kind of overwhelming or kind of like sensory overload almost. Okay. I feel like it's hard to keep these two up together. It's like doing the little like shaky muscle thing. Put a finger down if you just like really experience like big, like deep emotions, like things also that you can't always explain because you don't even know where it's coming from. Okay. Put a finger down if you feel like you experience like people and conversations differently. Like after someone else met someone, it's like you picked up on something, you sort of like read between the lines, like, and no one else was getting that. Okay. Put a finger down if you feel like so deeply and you probably even like cry kind of easily, whether it's for like happiness or sadness. Put a finger down if you feel like you need time to recharge and just sort of be by yourself and disconnect from everyone. Even if maybe you don't consider yourself an introvert, maybe you do. Put a finger down if you are literally like a magnet for people to tell you what's going on in their life. Like you're just like they can't help but spill everything and they just are like attracted to you, like a moth from a flame. Put a finger down if you feel like physical pain, like if someone tells you that their like neck is hurting, that you notice that you start to feel it in your own body. And put a finger down if you tend to like overgive or you've had like boundary issues because you are essentially like taking on challenges of others as like your own fix because you feel so deeply. So out of 10, how many fingers did you put down? Let me know where you're at. Drop it in the comments. By the way, put empath in the comments as well. We're going to get to some tools. This is just for you guys to kind of like figure out, is this me? Do I have this? Is this? Yeah, this is for me. So Solange, is this new for you? Is this new for you, Solange? Is this news to you? Oh, look at you guys. Look at all you empaths. Not surprised. A lot of light workers, healers are empaths. I'll talk to you guys about it like next. I want to do another reading. So Solange, tell me where we're at, who's next. And Solange knows already. Good. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys basically just some kind of insight on managing it. And I have some tools as well. But if you can't see for the entire thing, I've got you. Just put empath in the comments and I'll make sure that I send you a little link over. Michelle is next. Okay, cool. Let's scroll up to Michelle. Okay. So it's going to block off my face. You guys are just going to see me like peering up like that. So I'm going to read it though, so my face might disappear. So you're seeing signs in your personal life come up a lot with your business. I feel like I just know when things start to click. I don't feel connected to career when it involves money. This is my first time being in control of my whole destiny with money and my career. I need something to percolate my business universe. Okay, let me read that other part again. Don't feel connected to career when it involves money. Okay. I'm going to hide that. And I'm trying to see if we can, I'm just going to pull you up like that, Michelle, so you know that it's like for you, or if you go back to watch it, it'll be easier. Okay. I feel like I want to give you another card as well. I feel like there's a lot of energy coming in with you. I just noticed how it's like kind of getting hot in here. Like, I do think your spirit team rolls pretty deep, Michelle. I don't know if you work with guides or maybe some loved ones. Okay. So I did pull a money card for you. Money and yeah, so let me just kind of focus in on this. Okay. Okay, so I'm feeling for you that there's sort of like this reconnection process. Because I feel, Michelle, like when you try to create, like you create from your heart, but there's some kind of rewiring that has to happen because it's like a logical thing. It's like, it's really a simple fix. Honestly, it feels like it's sort of just a kind of reworking a few thoughts, like repatterning some thoughts that need to just get moved around a little bit. And I think as soon as you connect it with values and purpose, and you connect in and kind of see the connection, it's a whole different energy. And I feel like it's a whole different creation process. But yeah, I feel like everything basically needs to get, I feel like, wired through your heart, so to speak, because I feel like our programming is like to deal with business from this like very logical, like rational place, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it for you. I don't know if I've asked you this. Like, I feel like for you, Michelle, like they have, if you look on human design, look up human design, like I want to say like IHDS, like International Human Design School, like they basically do these readings. If you guys aren't familiar with human design, it's like a combination of the I Ching, the chakra system, and astrology. And so you put in your like birth data, and it basically, you can kind of generate this free like chart report. I'm curious for you to look as well, because one of the things that you'll really find is that it talks about your aura type and how you manifest. And it's different. Like most people are generators or manifesting generators. And so, and I'm in that category as well, but there's something that basically tells you how you draw in things and people and experience, including abundance and money to you. So it's a free report. Like I highly recommend that you go and pull that and just see what you can gather from that. Because, and I'm specifically curious like about your aura type. So just circle back with me and let me know about that. For the money card that I pulled up for you, it's talking about the physical me materialized, is materialized spirit. And so this is a Abraham Hicks money card. So let's get your money message. So it's saying, some say that you should not want money at all because the desire for money is materialistic and not spiritual. But we want you to remember that you are here in this very physical world where spirit has materialized. You cannot separate yourself from the aspect of yourself that is spiritual. And while you are here in these bodies, you cannot separate yourselves from that which is physical or material. All of the magnificent things of physical nature that are surrounding you are spiritual in nature. And so, I love that, because I feel like it's really just remembering that like ultimately like you are energy, that if you look at the structure of atoms, it's like 99.99999% is energy, and there's only a part of it that's actual like kind of like physical, like the way that we think of matter. So you are this energy. The entire fabric of the universe, including money, is made of the same energy, and that we are not separate from it. And so I just really want you to just kind of tap into this oneness. I feel like for you, when you realize that you are, it is all kind of a part of the same energy and nothing is separate from you, that money is not separate from you, things really start to change. Okay. Yes. This crow card came in as well. And I feel like for you, I'm curious what the book says on this, but crows come in for protection a lot as well. So I just feel like what you are doing has this kind of sense of protection around it. And I feel like when the fear, when the lower vibrations of the fear and doubt and worry are released, that then I feel like you'll actually start to kind of step into that place of trust with spirit. So this one is actually kind of similar to what the other one's saying, that this crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth, that it teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we know ourselves to be. So I feel like I like that it's like talking about this oneness as well, and to spot those kind of dualities and find that place of coming into neutrality with it, of peacefulness. And you've done this before with other things. And so once you like realize that and it clicks in that you're just like, oh wait, like I've healed things like this before. I've done work like this before. And you realize that you can do the same with money, then a lot's going to shift with you. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so it's 6:43. We have to get through a few more readings. Make sure you guys are dropping it in the comments. Let me know when things make sense. You had a crow on your chimney? That's so awesome. Yeah. You might want to look up as well, like crow spirit animal. See what that is. I'm trying to drink very slowly now because I just like poured it on myself before. Okay. So I'm just going to let me know who is next. A few things about being an empath. I'm looking over to my notes over here. Most empaths are definitely drawn towards like healing professions, spiritual professions as well. You were given your gifts very deliberately, like it's there for a reason. And it is a gift, by the way, even though I know sometimes it feels really heavy and it kind of like pulls you down. But just know that like, your energy is your responsibility. Just like I will call you out and tell you not to be a victim and not to just sort of like let your circumstances guide and dictate you. I'm also going to tell you that you are in charge of your own energy. And even with crazy shit going down in the world right now, don't let your energy run amok. Don't let other people pull you down, because if you are watching right now, like I really need you to know that there's a reason that you're seeing this. There's a reason that you're learning about this. And I am just sort of the vehicle, the person that's saying it to you so you could hear it. But I just want you to know that like for you to play your role and make the impact that you need to make, you managing your energy is of critical importance. And the more that you can empower yourself with these different tools, with this greater awareness of what it is and what's going on, the better that you are going to be able to be that bright light and be the person that's like inspiring and carrying all the things that only you can bring to this world to them. So I just really need you to know that and to realize that you do have control over it. Again, like if you want this empath in the comments, I'll make sure you have all the notes here. I want you to also understand that being clairsentient and being an empath are very similar. The difference is that with being an empath, usually you know what's going on. You're watching the news or someone is having a hard time. They're having, they lost their dog and they're sad. So typically they tell you and then you feel it. With clairsentience, you don't even necessarily have to know that something's going on with the other person. You could be at lunch with them and they could be like, things are so good. But then you feel this like deep sadness or a fear come in all of a sudden. A lot of times it comes in through like sensations in the body when you're clairsentient. Clairsentience is a part of how I receive information as well. So whenever I say I'm like tuning into someone else's energy, when you go within and you get quiet and you start to feel things all of a sudden after you've set the intention to connect with them, or sometimes it's unintentional as well. That's sort of like the reason that you need to know that you have these gifts, so that you can, basically make sure you're doing it when you want, but not just like all the time. Okay, so Tarek is next. Okay, so Tarek, are we doing something specific or give me some details of what we're doing reading about? And thank you for liking my wallpaper decals. So Tarek, if you can give me a sense of if there's a specific like area, like our part related to business that you're curious about, we can do just like a general reading, but let me know. So I'm waiting for Tarek to, okay, cool. All right, Tarek, I'm just going to give you just a general sort of little message then, so we can move it along, and then go to Jacqueline. That'll probably be the end of tonight. I do have the empath tool kit that I want to give you guys as well, so I want to make a little space for that. I'm going to be here every Tuesday at 6 Pacific, so if you didn't get in this week, come and hang out with me next week, okay? Okay. 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 Tarek, I have this sense about you. Do you do healing work, spiritual work of some kind? My mother. I'm not sure what we're asking here. I'm still a little confused with the question. I will revisit you, because I feel like that is a different, I'm a little confused, but the focus of the readings tonight are going to be business. I group in with that, like career, money, purpose, things like that. But yeah, it's an interesting question. So I'm going to go to Jacqueline, and then you can clarify. Maybe it's just an autocorrect thing, and I'm like totally misunderstanding. Jacqueline. Did Jacqueline also have something specific? All right. Well, I'm going to wait, Jacqueline, if you can tell me. Okay, so Tarek's wanting something around money. And Jacqueline, knowing that you're up next, just drop a comment in if there's something specific for you, something specific related to your business that you're wanting to look around. Okay. So for money, Tarek, okay. I'm going to feel into the energy of that for you, okay? So I was starting to feel this a little bit with the other cards, and then I decided to pull a new one. So it's this 8 of Water card. So it's talking about a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So I was starting to ask you if there was any kind of spiritual involvement as well. And so this card is like really confirming that. I do feel like you're at this crossroads right now in your life. Would that make sense for you? Like that you, I kind of feel like you were at sort of like the end of a road. I don't know if what you've been doing, if you've been sort of doing it for a while. So yeah, like I feel like for you, there's sort of this change that has to happen. Like I do want you to know that when I am doing a reading, it's picking up on your energy and what you're a point of attraction for. So it's not like we just have no control and that our actions don't dictate what happens. So we always are in free will choice. And with what's going on right now, what I really want to point you to do is to do the inner work, because I feel like for you, there's this kind of spiritual, emotional, personal growth that you're being pointed to do. And there's going to be, it happens in real life. It's not like you have to go take a course to do it. It just happens through the situations in our life. And they tend to keep repeating and repeating and repeating until you learn and you grow from them. So just pay attention, because they show up as resistance, conflict, challenges. And so for you, I want you to know that like that is directly related to you being a point of attraction for more money, that you stepping into abundance. It's not to say that you can't have it or create it now, but I just see you choosing. It's going to be some options that are really presented to you, and it's up to you what you choose. But I feel like when you choose that kind of diving inward, that deeper dive, really looking at yourself, really looking at what you're doing with your life and your career, does it fulfill me? Like that path I see as being really correlated with the money for you. And that in some ways for people is counterintuitive. And so, yeah, so I think that that's what I have for you. And I'd love to hear if that makes sense. So, Jacqueline, okay. So I'm going to go to Jacqueline, and then I'm going to give you guys these empath toolkits. And if you guys want a copy of the empath quiz, the definitions, these tools, and there's like a link in there as well, just drop in the comments empath, and I'll make sure that I give you guys the link so you have all the cliff notes of what we talked about with being an empath today. Okay, so Jacqueline is in the process of launching a new side business. Anything coming through? Jacqueline, I feel like the first thing that I'm hearing is that they're asking you to stop calling it a side business. And then I get like confirmation chills that like, it feels like it was actually given to you from spirit, and that it feels kind of like different or more vulnerable, or sort of like, could I do this real time? Do people fully do this all the time? But that they were just like, you need to stop calling it a side business, okay? So this is actually, I pulled 2 cards for you. Look at that. This infinite abundance card is coming up. So it's saying you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. If you haven't connected it already, my sense is that there's something different. Like oftentimes with our purpose, there's many different vehicles. Like people think of purpose as being like a single career or a single thing that you do, but it's sort of an impact and a state of being. And there's so many different paths and ways of expressing it. It's not like it's just like you do it wrong or not, but there's something about the energy around this where I feel like they're like really supporting you. I feel like you have I'm like getting this image almost kind of like Shark Tank, but it's like these guides and these like kind of spirit teams that are sort of like fully like energetically backing it as well. I know that sounds so silly. But yeah, it feels very good. I'm like curious if you felt like that as well, or if you feel like there's sort of like more signs, synchronicities, messages, inspiration that comes with this one. It's talking about six of fire. Girl, these cards, I mean, these are really good. This one's talking about victory. Good news is on the way. Public recognition or awards. They're saying like, get ready. Like it's coming. Like it's like, I just want you to know that a lot of things have been cleared away because I was getting a download about this yesterday, and I feel like I think the person that I need to tell it to, because I was like, should I share it? Should I? But I feel like I really called to share it with you, Michelle, or Jacqueline. Sorry, Jacqueline L. Yes, for you. There's sort of this state of entering this like quantum, and that things have to be cleared away, that things have to be paused, that people and things are being cleared out. You might even see yourself sort of cleansing or sort of getting rid of things, and like kind of cleansing physical objects, maybe like Marie Kondoing everything up right now. Maybe not to that extreme, but like just know that like it can feel scary when things kind of start to disappear, but you are in this space, is what it feels like, of reset, where you are able to connect with any possibility. So really what they're really asking you and pointing you to do right now. And tell me if this makes sense. I'd love to hear, Jacqueline, some information from you. it is to be very deliberate and to aim high with what you are focused on manifesting, because it feels like it's a very much choose your own adventure for what this could be, and it can be really big. So yeah, I hope you're feeling that as well. But whatever you're up to, I'm curious now. Tell me what you're up to. Hi, Chantel. So I wanted to wrap up, you guys. We're in our last few minutes, and I have my little 8-month-old little baby princess daughter inside, and I know this is like nearing her bedtime. So I want to honor that part of life as well. But I want to go into the empath toolkit, and I want to let you guys know that I'm here Tuesday, 6 to 7 Pacific. I'm here showing up for you every week, doing your business reading. So if it's going to help you, I know sometimes there's a little thing that pops up on live and it's like, let me know when Ashley's live. Like, please tell me. So click that or add it to your calendar. Make sure that we're friends if we're not friends already, so you can see my lives. But Tuesday, 6 to 7 Pacific, and I give priority reading to those that, if they ask for it, that are in my group, the Prosperous Rebel. So if you're a business owner, we're doing a manifesting challenge in there, so you can come and like get in on that. So I'm going to leave you with this empath toolkit. And if you missed anything tonight, let me know. Just put empath in the comment and I can give you the version of everything that I was covering and teaching about empaths and all of it in a nice little document. So for an empath, number one, you really need to prime your energy every day, prime your mind every day. So a morning routine, a very deliberate start to your day is really important. If you don't know where to start, like just do some meditations and some affirmations. Or if you're like, yeah, I'm going to do like the miracle morning and the Savers acronym, it doesn't really matter as long as you are being very deliberate, that you're not just like launching into your day. Like you'll notice that your days are a lot smoother and better, and they feel a lot more fun when you are priming yourself and your frequency, your energy with what you want it to be. And so, yes, create some kind of morning routine. So that's number one. Number two, I'm going to let you guys request this in the link because it's like a longer description, but it's essentially like an energy cocoon, and everything spiritually is done through intention. Or you just ask your guides like, hey guides, can you guys get me in an energy cocoon? And yeah, let's like have some gold protective energy shielding going on right now because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. So you can actually talk to your guides and request things, and everything is done through intention. So don't overthink that it has to be some complicated thing. I do have, if you put empath in the comments, I do actually have a link where someone in their blog like broke down like all of these different steps. But literally just like, even if you see this like gold bubble, like, and see yourself sort of like unzipping it or stepping into it, white is really good as well. Like it really just sort of creates this place where only things that are that vibration or higher can get in. And I do that a lot, like at like a busy place, like when we're going to Disneyland or something like that, because it feels, it can feel really overwhelming. So that one's good for you guys. Yeah, and go again what you're drawn to. Number three, if you feel like energetically thrown by something during the day, like take some time, like in your evening or after it happened, to visualize doing it again, but responding in a different way. And this is actually building like actually new neural pathways that train your brain to react differently, or to feel differently, or to have a different emotional response to it. So this is going to keep you more in what I like to call like your home vibration or your home frequency. It's sort of the place where you feel, where you just feel the best. And this is a good thing, just in your mind, to just sort of like see it replaying like a movie, but your part in it is different. And you might notice how that like impacts other things that turn out to be different. The next thing is to take some time to journal. So if you are able to write down what's going on for you, what you're feeling, and also document as well, like, this was a really good day. I noticed I did these things, or I noticed this was hard. because I watched the news or I read an article and I just felt like in fear the rest of the day and it really threw me off. So just like journal about it. It's also going to help you process your emotions, understand yourself. A lot of things are just about conscious choice and being able to step back and be the observer and to be able to be like, okay, what's available to me, and to not just be an autopilot. So journaling is allowing you to step back and to pull yourself back into that role of observer. So that's really what consciousness is. It's like, where are you pointing that spotlight, your awareness? So simple one, right? Saying, if this is not mine, take it away 3 times with conviction. So if you are not sure where it came from, even if you're feeling like some body aches suddenly, if you say, if this is not mine, please take it away. This is not mine, please take it away. If this is not mine, please take it away. Say it 3 times, that you will notice that it will go away if it didn't belong to you. Because sometimes, because people that have these gifts, again, are pretty much the healers, the light workers of society, it's being shown to you so that you can pick up on it for the other person, but you're not meant to like cling on to it. You're meant to kind of feel it, sort of get the information and release it so that you can move forward. We talked about like talking to your spirit team. So again, if you're having trouble managing this gift and you're feeling like overwhelmed or kind of in this state of burnout or like things are too much, legitimately, like how they say release things to the universe. I had a really good time doing this during the last full moon. Have you guys seen where you like write on a piece of paper and you can sort of like burn it in the fire as a way of sort of like being like, I'm surrendering this to the universe, like surrender it to spirit, your higher power, however you want to think about it. But essentially just say, I need help. I'm having trouble managing this gift. Send me people, information, tools, ideas to help me manage this gift, and things will show up. You just have to ask for it. It's all about free will choice, and they have to have kind of your permission, your thumbs up to be giving you the info. And lastly, it is having gratitude for those moments that being an empath supported you. So if you feel like you connected with someone in a deeper way, that you got information during a reading or, you know, with a friend, like it really is a gift. So the more that you can see like the power in it and not be like, I don't like it, and sort of push against it and resist it, the more in tune, the more energetically in tune you are with that relationship, and the more it will sort of work with you. So just think about it like a person, almost like it's like a person that you're wanting to kind of nurture and get to know. But it's like one of those family members where we're kind of stuck with them a little bit. But anyway, I'm getting off topic now. So thank you guys. Again, put empath in the comments, or anyone that happened to catch part of the replay. I don't know if people watch like the entire replay or just the beginning. I don't know what happens. But yeah, like I'm excited to share this toolkit with you guys and these tips. And thanks for being here. I'll see you guys next Tuesday from 6 to 7. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.